The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer...
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Welcome back to the Young and Hung podcast, where we repeatedly apologize for Donald Trump. And scene. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, that's it.
Just kidding. This is episode 2 of the Attention Deficit podcast. Hopefully this will be the first one with video.
That'd be nice.
You want to explain what happened with the video?
Yeah, so last week we tried to get video on it, and basically Charlie's phone is really dumb.
It's my fault.
Yeah, obviously Charlie's fault, but it didn't record it as one recording. It recorded it in parts, so it fucked up the sync of the audio to the video. So now we're retrying this week, and hopefully it goes better.
It was like watching one of those, like the old Godzilla movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I can't do that to save my life.
We young and hung.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, tiny meat.
There was one. That was it. That was just the beginning. You didn't need to bring it back. I'm just kidding.
Okay, what are we talking about today, Charlie?
Well, first up, we got a State of the Union by our president, Donald Glover.
Oh shit.
Oh. We'll get to the Han Solo movie.
Oh yeah, right.
Not a minute. In a while. We're gonna start it off with talking about the State of the Union. It's what we said we were going to talk about.
And then I assume we'll talk about the Super Bowl and all the trailers that came out. There's like 50 of them.
Yeah, I saw the Han Solo one. That was about it.
That's it.
Yeah. Full disclaimer: Willie hasn't seen most of State of the Union. I have not seen most of the Super Bowl. So we're basically going to be informing the other of the topics today, and that's pretty much all we got on the schedule. The schedule. If other things will happen when they happen, but starting with the State of the Union, I want to ask you a question. What do you think the state of our union is in America today, Willie? Just a brief summary. What do you feel?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question.
No one knows how to answer that question. Donald Trump obviously does not know how to answer that question either. But
yeah. Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't watch the thing. That was gross.
You're welcome.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Well, according to Donald Trump, everything's fucking great. Everything. Which, granted, most State of the Unions are like that. It's more just like kissing their own ass. Like, as a president, they're like, well, my administration was better than the last and all of the ones in between. You hear that?
Yeah.
It's because I think it's like, what is happening? We're having some testicle difficulties. Oh my lord. Why? Holy.
Oh,
No!
fuck.
I wonder if they hear that. I hope not.
Probably.
It won't stop. Is it just broken?
It's broken, people.
I was gonna make the same joke. It's got plenty of cordage. I don't understand. We're gonna have a brief recess. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm just gonna hold it the whole time. What's up, guys? V2.
This is going not as planned.
Well, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, it was going pretty well.
I can't eliminate that. We're gonna have to like.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Are you fine with that the whole time?
I mean, I am if you are.
Well, can they hear it? That's the real question.
Probably.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to get on all that. I don't know what's that. I'm gonna unplug my mic and plug it back in. Is that
Okay.
Cool? Don't help. So annoying. Go ahead and keep them occupied, Willie. I'll try to figure this shit out.
Keep them occupied.
Yeah, you're. Oh my god. It's making it worse.
Oh my god. Oh fuck.
All right. That's as good as it's gonna get, I think. Well, we apologize for that intermission.
Yeah, it did that last week, but it stopped. Remember? It like stopped.
Oh, you're right. It like fixed itself. But I kept playing with it and shit.
True.
Oh well.
So
Yeah.
don't touch your fucking mic, dude. Oh, it's bothering me so much.
Now that we noticed, because we didn't really pay attention last time. Anyways, as we were saying, I'm pretty sure we're talking about this. Obviously, State of the Union. We were talking about how I said, according to Donald Trump, it's all fucking, you know,
Peachy King.
I've never heard that before. Peachy King.
Peachy King.
Peachy. What is it? What are you saying?
Peachy. You never heard that?
It sounded like you said Peachy King.
Peachy King.
I just Peachy King. That sounds like you're speaking a different language. Man, we only speak American English here. All right, no one wants to fucking hear that.
True. Sad but true.
But according to Donald Trump, it's all Peachy King, and which isn't that crazy because most State of the Unions are like that. Most State of the Unions are like, wow, my administration deserves re-election because it's all about that. Obviously, this is his first State of the Union. I was at least very curious to see what he would say because obviously he's in just him and the people he put and others put into this great situation we're in now. Which the State of the Union it's not the worst it's ever been. It's not the worst it's ever going to be, I imagine. But it's not good. It's not good in, I would say, most dimensions you can look at it. But according to Donald Trump, this is great. And just get on that.
Just getting on that.
It's fantastic. So I disagree, but that's fine. I guess I imagine if you had a State of the Union where you were just blunt and you were like, well, a lot of people died for
Well,
some
shit
stupid
sucks.
shit. Yeah, it wouldn't be to be optimistic is obviously a good thing, and it's quite necessary, especially with the masses of idiot people out there. And I was loving it the whole time I was watching it because he was just like, the American people are fantastic and amazing.
Millions.
Millions. Billions of Americans. No, that's not. But he was basically just repeated himself. American people are great. America's the greatest country, etc., etc. Which I live in America, and we have some things that a lot of countries don't. And I love America for those reasons. But American people, as most people, are not just dumbasses. They're just fucking stupid. It's time to just admit it. I would love for a politician to be like, all you who voted for me and people who didn't vote for me, you're all fucking dumb. You're
You're
fucking
dumb.
dumb. I don't know. It's rough. It's rough. But some key points that there were some things I agreed on. Some issues he brought up and things like that. He talked about a 4-pillar plan is basically immigration. The first pillar was having like a plan. The whole thing's a plan, I guess, but it's having road to amnesty, basically a road to full citizenship for millions of immigrants who came over when they're young and don't have citizenship. So that's great. That's good. That's what at least 50% of the people in this country were looking for. At least the 50% that can vote and whatnot. But so that's good. The second pillar was strong borders. So he just repeated himself on the wall, which is still fucking absolutely retarded and batshit and expensive and dumb and just the worst fucking thing to excrete out of someone's mouth. Just, it's dumb. It's just, the wall's dumb.
He's still talking about it?
Yeah. It's gonna happen. It's definitely fucking gonna happen.
I thought that was like a forgotten thing.
I wish. But Mexico, it's gonna pay for it eventually through they're actually, American people are gonna pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
If it happens, the taxpayer money will pay for it, guaranteed. But he says there will be limited, basically exports, imports. There's a tax on those things and stuff. And basically, for Mexico, anyone in Mexico to import to America, things like that, or the goods that Mexico buys from America. Our number one sponsor.
Stop. Our number one sponsor, Mexican imported soda.
No, he's saying eventually that will pay for itself, which is fucking retarded. That's fucking dumb.
Yep.
You agree?
Yeah, I'll go
We got some dynamic banter on the show today. Do I sound like that the whole time?
No.
Okay, good.
Only when you get super close and intimate.
You sound sexy when you do that. Why don't I sound like that? Fuck you, dude. I'm switching mics. just you wouldn't let me if I tried.
But
you'd be like, no.
Nah. But yeah, it'll go a few years, and then Mexico will just tear it down.
What? No.
I don't actually
think
that.
We're having some technical difficulty. Fuck up the mic. Come on.
Fuck up the mic. Hurry up.
Just hit it.
I feel like if we taped it, it would be fun.
I don't want to try right now.
Not right now.
Okay, good.
I mean, for next week.
Good. And no,
I'm a G-Pie.
Back on topic with the wall. The second pillar. Dumb. But he reiterated that. Which, it's... Because that's a sticky situation where he could go for the wall still, which is absolutely retarded, or he could give in and be like, no wall. But then he just went back on one of his campaign promises. And so, either way you look, someone's going to be like, you fucked up. But it's Donald Trump. He already fucked up enough. Anyways, the third pillar, I don't remember. The fourth pillar, I don't remember either. But they were basically controlling the borders, essentially. It was a pathway to citizenship, and then controlling the borders. That was basically it for the 4 pillars that he had. He which happens a lot during State of the Unions. He showed American heroes, some families who were affected by tragedies, stuff like that, and that was all great. He made a strong point that we stand for our veterans when the national anthem is going on. I was like, of course that had to be said.
Can that just stop being an issue?
Right? That's some cancer. What do you feel about that? Because I'll tell you what I feel.
About standing or not?
Yeah, kneeling or standing. What?
I just think it doesn't, in my opinion, I don't care who stands and who kneels. To me, it's just first of all, it was a big thing when Colin Kaepernick did that. After that, there was no statement made. In my opinion, I feel like after that it was just okay, we're doing this now, and then the NFL was freaking the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And
more the people.
Yeah, but I just mean that's the organization that's happening in. And for me, it's just I don't care if you want to. I don't care if you want to stand or sit.
But you don't
or-
care if they want to kneel. You're fine with it?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So you hate veterans. And you hate our flag.
No, that's not what that
Isn't
means.
that retarded?
It's so dumb.
Well, I mean, I've heard a lot of veterans. They feel that way. They honestly feel that way when you don't stand for the national anthem. Their minds, it's like,
yeah, but
well, my best friend died,
yeah,
defending your
Yeah,
right
but
to watch this NFL game.
I've heard a lot of veterans say like, yeah, but we fought for like your right to kneel.
Yeah, but
So
they
they're-
use that as like a don't kneel, little bitch.
Yeah,
That's like
But-
they use that. They're like, we fought for that shit. Don't kneel. Which I understand. I
Yeah.
absolutely understand. But that is the point that I'm gonna say Donald Trump. I don't know if it was specifically Donald Trump. Obviously, it could have been anybody. But that's not the point of the whole kneeling situation. It started out as a man who decided to kneel because he didn't feel that the needs of every single American were being met, essentially. It was African Americans, like black people are dying a lot, like the ratios are retarded. They're just ridiculous. The deaths, the incarcerations, all that is just ridiculous. Not just African Americans. He felt, this Spanish, just minorities in general. And it's just like a ridiculous amount. And so he decided to get people's attention by not standing for the national anthem, which is something everyone did, unless they couldn't stand,
yeah,
So that's definitely a way to get to their attention, obviously. But then some mastermind was like, he didn't like the message. So he was like, let's make it about the veterans. Let's make it about the men and women who fight for our country, who fight for our values and undergo so much shit. Let's make it about them. That way there's no way you can support that and be fine. So that was just, I think. Now there's definitely people who honestly feel that way, but if that hadn't been brought up by someone in power such as Donald Trump tweeting about it, it probably wouldn't have been a huge deal.
yeah.
It'd have been like, they would have talked about it. The people on ESPN would have been like, I don't really like Colin as a player. I don't know why that's Obama on ESPN, but they would have just been like, I think you should stand. That would have been it.
Yeah.
But someone was like, fuck him. Let's make it about veterans, because you're not gonna. There's no right answer there. If you point it to those two things, one, it's about veterans, because I'm sure there's a million black veterans who feel that way. If you kneel, you're disrespecting them. So it's like, it's a rock and a hard place, definitely, if you compare like that.
Yeah.
But you don't. If you think that way, you're not actually seeing the issue. We've ignored it for so long.
Yeah.
It's happened with Native Americans. It's happened
That's-
with
yeah.
all these minorities.
That's like the thing. It's like just overshadowing that.
There's a real
issue,
problem.
Yeah. Like,
And so instead of just sweeping it under the rug, be like, well, the veterans.
yeah.
Instead, we could possibly confront it.
They're like, oh wait, we're racially separated in America. You hate the veterans. Just like, what?
Yeah, they're like, I see your valid point and raise you some bullshit. Like, and it's not bullshit. That's the part that really just sucks.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a big debate. But it comes down to the NFL. What it really, really boils down to is the NFL can make a rule saying if you kneel, you're fired. Simple. Or they can make a rule saying you can do whatever the fuck you want. Or they can not make a rule and not say anything and not do anything.
Which
Either
is
way, they're a private
so
business.
far what they've done.
Well, debatable. They've made statements.
Well, yeah.
But that's absolutely, or the independent franchises until the NFL does something. But a private business is allowed to do that regardless. So that's what it comes down to. Whatever they decide will happen, or they will get fired, or etc. Because they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to say, essentially whatever they want.
Yeah.
They're not completely autonomous because we have rules and regulations, but that's enough about kneeling. The State of the Union, another big thing about the State of the Union address, clapping into the microphone is a huge thing.
Like,
Yeah, Donald Trump just every time there'd be, he'd present someone like, this man saved another man's life by giving him CPR for an hour after he got blown up by an explosive device facing ISIS. Everybody would stand, everybody would clap, and he'd be like, into the microphone. And everyone was just pissed about it. At least not everyone there, because they didn't give a shit, because they're not petty as fuck. But everyone on Twitter was like, oh my god! I know, it's so nitpicky. You have so many things. I've always said, not always, obviously, but when I decided Donald Trump's a fucking retard, I've said since then, you have so many valid criticisms and points you can make that he's an idiot, a complete idiot. Why would you go so far as to just make this stupid little point that not only means anything? Half the time people make shit up, and you don't need to make anything up. Dude proves time and time again he's a dumbass. You can just be like, look what he did. Look what he did. Look, you just keep saying that. You just fucking say it every 10 seconds. I'm sure he's tweeting some cancerous shit right now.
What?
Yeah. People were upset about clapping.
They were upset that he was clapping.
Yeah, Philip DeFranco was saying, he's like, I think he said, I have no idea, to be honest. I'm not quoting him specifically, but I think on Twitter I saw him say that my New Year's resolution is to never clap at a mic, or people stop clapping into mics or something like that. I can understand how it's an annoyance, maybe, but Mama didn't raise no bitch. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a huge deal to me. Like,
it's about veterans. Just kidding.
That blows my mind that people are pissed about that. It's just like I know it's like kind of unprofessional to be like just like completely clip the microphone, but like,
I mean, that's not even what he was doing. At least in all the examples that I saw when I watched it, he was just like, probably sounded like that. That was it. But everyone else was clapping, so it was like
weird.
This
is weird.
Applause noise. But that was a little thing. And another main point about the State of the Union was that it was the third longest State of the Union address in the history of State of the Union addresses. However you say it. It was like an hour and 24 minutes long, or 42. I don't remember. But I think Bill Clinton on 2 different occasions had longer ones. And I'm going to say Donald Trump's State of the Union was not only well written, but well executed. He did a good job orally. He did a good job speaking the whole thing. He remembered names and chief petty officer. He remembered the ranks and how many years, and he got all those things. Seemed that he got all those things completely correct, which is impressive in its own right, just because I couldn't do that. At least not right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me to remember something 10 minutes later, especially a name, I'm not going to remember it, but he's been in business his whole life, so. And for all I know, he could have, what are those?
Prompts?
Yeah,
teleprompts?
Like a teleprompt, hidden away. I honestly don't know, but from what I noticed, I don't think there's teleprompts. I could be wrong. I could be an idiot. Do you know if there's teleprompts?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, I just always thought they had cards or whatever.
Well, he didn't at least pay attention, not that much at all.
Yeah.
Down to to this thing. But,
well, I mean, he's been in business for a long time. He at least knows how to speak.
Yeah, which is debatable.
Like public speak is what I mean, though.
On his rallies, the fact that we just call him rallies, all his fucking rallies are just.
Yeah, I don't know. When they started calling them rallies, I was like, please stop.
Yeah, I was like... That's
literally, what one of the most horrible people in history did. So please don't
what are they, burning books now? Are they burning crosses?
Burning Whoa. Whoa.
Half the time it seems like that,
Yeah.
He's just like, no. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. That was one of the fucking most cancerous things I've ever watched in my entire life. I was just like, it's funny. It's very funny.
He did a lot of, meme-worthy things during the campaign.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, he's a living meme himself.
True.
So,
True. Is he going to tweet about that? Probably.
Probably. Nah, he didn't tweet about Eminem, so he's not gonna tweet about this.
He tweeted about literally everything else ever
Yeah,
besides Eminem.
yeah. Just
It's just a weird thing.
it was really
respond
weird.
to.
Like, I'm not like Eminem's mad about it. I'm not mad about it, but like, it's like, why? Because he literally anything else, he'd be like,
No. Yeah.
yeah, like,
That's just great that happened.
yeah.
That
It's
Eminem
pretty dope.
I don't know. Some random ass person could be like, well, Donald Trump's an idiot because of this, or he did this, which is wrong. Donald Trump would be like tweeting about it in like a second. But Eminem wrote like 4 songs about him, and like a huge thing, huge freestyle.
Mhm.
Everybody saw, everybody retweeted, reshared, all that shit, and he was just completely silent.
Just not a
Never
single,
said a word.
Not a single thing.
Nothing. It was weird.
I feel like somebody was just like, hey, if you don't say anything, it'll probably turn out in your favor.
When does he listen
It's
to
just like-
anybody?
That's true, but
The dude seems
I
like
don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little strange. Like, or maybe he's just like, oh, he's just trying to be as famous as possible again. And he's just like, whatever.
he could say that.
Yeah, but
That's a valid thing he could say, and that would be one of the only things he could say that actually would be a good rebuttal.
Yeah.
Like, you're just trying to use me, the most famous president in the history of mankind, to turn off the lights. I don't know. Like, it's fucking dumb.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
He could have, but he didn't. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. But anyways, what was it about?
The the LGBT. Just kidding.
LGBTQJT?
Yeah.
JT. Super Bowl halftime show. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
What was the fuck was I talking about?
Fuck.
Oh yeah, how well the speech went. It went very well.
Yeah.
A lot of the every time, not every time. But most of the time, I would say, when they panned out across the audience when everyone was clapping, they would show the Democrats just all sitting, not clapping, or some of them be like,
Yeah.
and then at one point he was like, the African American unemployment rate is the lowest it's ever been.
Oh, and the one dude.
There's one black dude in the crowd clapping,
That's so weird.
and there was like 18 around him in that specific spot they showed, at least, and they were all just like,
maybe
you ever
they
seen The Office?
didn't agree.
Well, well, I mean, I think that is a fact.
Yeah, I know, but maybe
but
they're
that,
like, it's
but
bullshit, whatever.
I don't get to that in a second. But just imagine Stanley from The Office, how he's just like sitting there all the time. That was their reaction.
Yeah,
There was
it's a bit weird.
really, but that's another thing that not only Donald Trump is guilty of, but he does it, especially. He's only been in office for like a year, hence the State of the Union. Every single good thing, or even semi-good thing, is because of him.
Mhm.
Not because of 30 years of working towards one goal, or 30 years of more high school graduates, or 30 years, whatever. It's all because of what he did. Since we've been in office, this has happened, and it's completely because of we're being in office. It's so dumb. He said the African American unemployment rate is the lowest it's ever been. That is a trend that's been happening.
Mhm.
It is repeatedly the lowest it's ever been.
Mhm.
It's just been, a steady slope.
Yeah.
It's the same way, because then he went on to say this Spanish descent population, same thing. Lowest it's ever been. That's the same thing. It's been doing this fucking for like 80 years. It's like ridiculous. I don't know if it's actually 80 years, but it's a long time trend of, going down for the most part. And so him claiming responsibility for that and a bunch of other things is just a annoys the crap out of me. And a lot of past presidents have done that too. That's kind of like a thing. But it's just like, no, it takes a while for most of that stuff to go into effect. Like a while. Like his, I don't know, it's annoying. But there were some valid points, none of which I can remember at the moment, that I thought were valid at least. I don't remember. I had a few, but
Oh.
I fucking bumped the mic, dude.
I heard at the beginning when they were doing the praises when you were first watching it, like when he's like, this person did this person did that, blah blah blah. The firefighter,
Dude,
it's insane.
apparently in the California wildfires that have been raging for years now, the ones recently that were huge big deal, there was one firefighter he like acknowledged that, I can't remember his name, but he apparently saved 60 children who were trapped in a summer camp.
Yeah, it was like a camp or something.
What? This dude, first of all, was it single-handed? Did his one man run in and out of there until he saved 60 children? Are there 60 people in this world alive because of one dude did like a whole shebang? That's
just
crazy.
That seems insane to me. So I
mean, it is insane. Regardless, that man's a hero.
Yeah.
That's obvious.
For sure.
But if he saved 60 kids, that's 60 people who could all go on to do fucking amazing things.
Yeah.
Or horrible things. And then it'll be his fault because he saved them. One of them creates a cure for cancer. The other one makes it uncurable cancer. Yeah. It's balance, guys.
Yeah.
It's balance.
It's balance.
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Humming Microphone podcast.
Are you guys ready to...
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Vine too.
Yeah. So that was the State of the Union. In my opinion, State of the Union is, like I said, not the worst it's ever been, not the worst it's ever gonna be. I
It's
assume.
not the best.
What?
It's not the best.
Yeah, it's not the worst. It's sure as fuck not the best.
Yeah.
We have a nation divided almost down the middle. And half the side is
okay.
acting like the other half is absolutely fucking retarded.
Okay.
And it's literally impossible for both sides to be wrong on every single thing. Literally, impossible.
That's becoming a problem. The entire two-party shit. It's becoming
that
just
is the
a
problem.
horrible
If
problem.
there weren't two powers in politics that are just dominating everything, then there wouldn't be, everyone's like, oh, well, there's only two, we gotta go with one or the other.
Yeah.
So that would just, if there was a third or a fourth or fifth or seventh, that would eliminate all the that would create more competition. That's why businesses can't do that in America.
Yeah.
So why can political parties?
Yeah. There's no there's
And
just
the
no
two-party system.
there's no debating anymore. It's just like, this is what we think and it's right. So
And
fuck
you're
you.
fucking wrong.
So fuck you, both of them. Like Democrats, Republican, both
Yeah.
the same way.
That's
They're both
exactly
far
it.
right or far left. Fuck, far
And it's
left
just getting
or far
farther.
right.
It's getting
Yeah.
farther for both.
There's no middle anymore. It's just like, what the fuck? It's like people are like weird to be in the middle now. It's like, oh, you see a different.
It's kind of been that way for a long
weird.
time. If you're not
It's just
Democrat or Republican, you're not. You're just
I don't
you're
sexually
really-
identify as a Republican or Democrat. I am a pan Republican.
Pan-partisan.
Partition.
No, it's kind of always been that way. Ever since, I learned what the Libertarian Party is, which is debatably the largest third party. Ever since I've learned what that is, I've definitely learned other people's reaction. Holy shit!
That scared the fuck out of me.
I was literally just like, oh, like, here, you want me to fix it? Nah, I got it.
Okay.
Keep occupied.
All right.
Two-party system, everyone.
Fuck.
Did you use new tape?
No.
I'll do this. Keep on talking.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the lights fucked up. I don't know what to say to him alone.
Let's talk about two-party system. I can still hear you.
The two-party system. Yeah, I think it's stupid. The fucking two parties is dumb just because they're so separated now, and and they disagree on everything. It's like if a Republican.
Sorry.
But if a Republican is like, yo, we don't like this. I don't know their views, so I'm not going to say them. But they're like,
You don't know the
I can't think of any right now is what I'm saying. But like, they're like, we don't know, or we don't like this. And then Democrats are like, oh shit, well, we like that, so fuck y'all.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm doing great over here alone. You
That
couldn't.
was good. That was awesome.
Yeah, but it's just getting a little out of hand, if I am to say myself. It's kind of
You do.
what?
I said, well, you do.
Yeah. It's just it's kind of weird sitting over here alone, not have it's like I don't know, doing a podcast alone is weird.
Just talk seductively.
Seductively? Do you want me to talk seductively? Let's talk about the seduction of the seductively seductor.
You sound like one of our friends.
The seductor?
Actually,
That's an inside joke for all you listeners. No, but like I was saying before the light fucked up, that ever since I learned what the Libertarian Party was and really started exploring third parties and just not the two-party system, it's definitely always been a what from other people. Like, just their reactions are always like, really? No, you're not going any of the you're not go- that's too what? They're always confused. They're just like, really? You're young. You're young. Oh god, that's the fucking worst thing to
Yeah.
hear. Which I say that to people who are like 2 years younger than me now. When they say some dumbass shit, I'm like, you're young. That always
Yeah.
pisses them off because it pisses me off.
yeah,
So that's what I say.
definitely.
That's what I say when someone says some dumb shit. Those like,
People are like, well, you're a millennial, so
ugh.
it'll
You
get
being
there.
a millennial, you don't understand. You're born into technology.
Yeah, I was born in the technology.
Yeah.
In it.
Inside.
I was born in a
I am a
computer.
Game Boy.
I I am the Game Boy.
Anyways, so third parties, weird. Everyone acts weird about third parties, and I want to say something. You want to tell them who we voted for? Because we don't have to. I can still say my story without saying it. It's totally. You can definitely say no.
We can do it. Fuck it.
All right. I did not vote for the president. I Pokemon Go'd to the polls, and I voted on the issues for Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
but I did not vote for the president of the United States in this last election. And I was planning on it too,
Mhm.
until something key happened that I will talk about. It was not going to be Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. I was not going to vote for either of those people.
Mhm.
They're both such cancerous piles of shit. And now it's only becoming clear as the election goes on. Hillary Clinton's slowly getting crazier and crazier, and Donald Trump's same amount of crazy, more power.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's big bullshit. But I was going to vote for Gary Johnson,
Yeah.
who is the Libertarian candidate. And I was like, fine. I was like going to. But around the time of the election, when everything was going on, he was in an interview, I believe, on CNN. I don't remember specifically what news source, but they asked him, they said, how do you feel about Aleppo? And for those of you who don't remember, Aleppo was the town in Syria that got bombed. There was a big online, there was a picture of a little boy, all like brutally, he was fucked it.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, what do you feel about Aleppo? And he was like, Gary Johnson said, what is Aleppo? And it's just like, holy shit. You have people for that, don't you? Like, if you don't, somehow, it was huge news in the weeks following that. And he just had no idea. He was completely clueless. And I was like, I can't support someone like that. And it really sucks to go in. You have to vote on one of these people, and they're all just garbage bags. like they're just like they all needed to go to the trash. And
They're all hefty.
our second sponsor of the day. No. So I couldn't in good conscience vote for him, and I couldn't in good conscience obviously vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. So I did not. Now, do you want to share who you voted for? You don't have to. You can still change your mind.
No, I can. I can't justify it, but I can.
You can justify it. It's just not a good justification.
Yeah, okay. So I walked in to the polls.
You Pokemon
Go to the polls, and I was like, I was still like debating with myself walking in, like, who am I gonna vote for? Oh my god. And I voted for the current president of the United States, which I'm not proud to say at all. I hate fucking
So
saying
you voted
it.
for Donald Trump.
I voted for Donald Trump, which I hate saying. But the reason behind it was because I felt like voting for a third party was almost useless.
Mhm.
And Hillary Clinton was proven like crook or whatever.
Crooked Hillary.
Yeah, just like she was proven wrong. She was currently on trial or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, man, I don't want that as my president. This guy's crazy, but like nothing's been proven yet. And almost immediately it was proven that he's fucking batshit crazy. But
Now, I remember you came to me a few days before it, and you were like, I think I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. And I was like, huh, why? And you stated, you felt that it's basically the exact same reasoning. And I was like, well, how about no? And we debated for a minute, and I eventually just, I guess, you were decided not to. You were like, all right, you're right. The dude's a fucking animal. I'm not gonna vote for some fucking crazy ass dude like that. Now, I don't remember if you said you were gonna vote for Hillary Clinton in that moment,
no,
or you
I
were
was
just gonna
never
not vote, or
never
Gary
on that
Johnson.
side.
Do you remember?
I think at that point I was Gary Johnson. But
That's not what happened.
But some shit
You changed your
happened.
mind literally on the way to the polls. You were
Yeah.
Pokemon going to the polls. Holy shit! I'm gonna stop saying that dumbass joke.
Jesus.
You were going to the polls, and you just changed your mind. And then I remember you got home. It was either that day or the day after.
I think it was that day.
Wait, no, did we live together then?
Yeah. 100%.
I remember when
It's almost been 2 years, Charlie.
Okay. I remember when never mind. I'm not. But when you came back from voting, so it was almost immediately after.
Yeah, it should have been. Yeah.
I think it was like the next day or something.
It
Because I saw
It
you
was
already
either
on
later in
Facebook
the
before we
day.
talked. You like said it on Facebook or something. You didn't say I voted for Donald Trump, but you were like arguing against it or for it or whatever.
Okay.
I remember some sort of debate online or maybe in our group chat or something. Oh, excuse me. But and I got here and I was like, "Did you vote for Donald Trump?" And you're like, "Yeah." You know how you are. You're like vindicated. You're like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah, what? What of it?
What
of it,
what?
bro?
Say it.
What?
What?
Yeah.
No. And I was like, "Why? We went over this." we talked about it. We talked about this, Willie, and you pretty shortly after that were just like, because you kind of blew me off at that time because you even if you knew it was a mistake then you didn't. Nobody wants to fucking say that, but nobody's, especially after you made that decision. I mean, your vote wasn't like the fucking hinge, It wasn't the thing that made Donald Trump win.
I like to think. I like to think I fucked this country over. Just like
when I was a young boy,
my father took me in. All right, enough of that. But yeah, I pretty much just like blew you off at first because sometimes, Charlie, I just don't want to hear your opinion. So,
what? What? No, I'm not gonna say that. But that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Obviously, we eventually learned together. What time are we at?
46.
We're at 46.
Yeah,
already?
Holy shit, we've been talking for a while.
Good God. But yeah, I couldn't in good conscience vote for any of them.
Apparently I could, so.
You're like, I didn't need a fucking conscience. Fuck it, dude.
Fuck it, dude.
So we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl.
All right,
Super Bowl. I did
segueing.
not watch the Super Bowl.
I watched the Super Bowl.
I
kind
saw
of.
one advertisement ish. Han Solo.
Oh. Well, you
Solo.
saw the Westworld.
That's true. I saw a few advertisements
Yeah.
say that.
So, first of all, Super Bowl, did not want the Patriots to win because I'm tired of seeing them win. It's just kind of annoying at this point.
They're 50-50 for the Super Bowls. They've
Well,
been in 10 of them, and they've lost 5.
Yeah,
and
but
won 5.
it's still like so tiring to just see them there is like bullshit. Like, it just bothers me. But they lost, so that was cool. Philly had a huge riot for no reason.
There was a lot of places.
Yeah.
But Philadelphia, obviously, the main place.
Yeah.
I hate... That is one
it's so
thing
dumb.
about football that
Yeah.
I fucking hate.
Yeah.
That is just the worst, the absolute worst
The thing
about
is,
football.
like, why... Like, Philip DeFranco said, like, why are you destroying your own city because you won?
Man,
like,
you know what got me? You know what got me? I saw they're having a parade in Philadelphia very soon because
Mhm.
of the Super Bowl win.
As you do.
No, not when you trash your city.
Yeah, not that.
I feel
but
like Oliver Queen. I'm like, we have to protect this city.
you
like,
failed this city.
You failed this city. Just like, no, that's so stupid. I absolutely understand a parade, especially when something like that.
That's what I'm
happens.
saying. Like, the parade makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. But after a fucking riot,
Yeah,
That's
it's like
dumb.
it's ridiculous.
that's dumb.
There's
as hell.
one thing to like celebrate in the streets of the city,
Yeah, that is a completely
but when you start
understandable thing.
throwing
You go
shit
outside and be
through
like, "Woo,"
windows and like looting
and then you start
stores and
looting
stuff,
shit and
Like-
setting shit on fire and
like,
flipping
what?
cars. Say I parked my car in the street, and
you like went in a bar and just watched like
Yeah, I'm, like,
the
watching the
Super
game,
Bowl.
and then, like,
you
I'm
come
like-
out, and your fucking
come
car's
out, everyone's
flipped
like,
over.
yeah, like dancing on top of your flipped car, and it's on fire. They're on fire. They're like, whoa, eating feces. Like, that's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I never, because it's not just Philadelphia. I don't want to point out them specifically, because that's happened in Ohio, in Columbus,
Mm-hmm.
when like the Buckeyes win the championship or something, or sometimes lose, but most of the time when they win, everyone's like, holy shit, let's set trash cans on
It's
fire.
just like that
It's like,
really
no.
only happens when we beat Michigan, like when crazy shit like that
There-
happens.
I don't know.
Which is
I
just,
remember
like,
the last time
weird.
it happened was some kind of championship or bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when it happened. Usually when we beat Michigan, everyone's like, told you.
Told you, whatever. Now,
Suck it.
but I
Well,
remember
yeah,
like when
'cause
I was
it's
a kid, it was like
happened
a
so
big deal.
goddamn much. Suck it.
Suck it. Fuck you. But moving on. Super Bowl. It was a very good game. Not gonna lie. Two
It's
best
wasn't
teams
it the
in
highest scoring game of all time, or
I'm not.
close to it?
I'm not sure. But
I know it was. I heard at least it was close to it, but
yeah. But it was pretty good. It was like pretty back and forth.
it's always nice.
yeah.
You're supposed to have the two best teams in the entire thing, so
Yeah.
it has to be back and forth. It's fucking terrible to see a Super Bowl or a championship game that's
where it's someone just like
Just, like-
destroys the other team.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, that's fun. That's fun to watch, but it's
Yeah.
not nearly as fun as it just being like, whoa, 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 what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the ads were fine.
How long have you been watching the Super Bowl?
as long as I remember.
How long? Like, do you remember a lot of the ads?
From past Super Bowls?
Yeah. Do you remember like your reaction to said ads?
One ad specifically, and it's my favorite Super Bowl ad of all
I
time.
meant like in total.
in
like-
total.
Like the 2014 Super Bowl ads were way better than most of the years.
No, I can't. I
Yeah,
can't like
okay.
spot that on. But my favorite super ad.
Our third sponsor of the Super ad today.
But my favorite Super Bowl ad of all time is the E-Trade commercial with the talking baby. It's like, you know what I'm talking about?
Nobody knows
Yeah. It's
the trouble
so
I've seen.
the first time I saw that, I was cracking up.
that was
in,
really funny. That was
a
a Super Bowl commercial. Interesting.
My favorite ad this year was, other than all the trailers that
Mhm.
came out, was there was a Tide commercial. Had nothing to do with Tide Pods, which I was expecting it to.
Why would you expect that? They gotta distance themselves so far away from.
I just
Tide
thought
Pods.
they would do something with it. I don't know. But it was David Harbour from Stranger Things. He played Chief Hopper. Right? Is his
Oh,
name?
okay. Yeah.
Um,
Hopper.
He's Hellboy, and
Oh yeah, he is.
the ads were making fun of a bunch of different commercials, and there was like 4 of them. They're all amazing. Like they did a Viagra one, which is hilarious. I think they made fun of Wrangler. There were so many. It was hilarious. And then other than that was the trailers. More specifically the Infinity War, and
Was there a new Infinity War trailer?
yeah, there was like new stuff in it. It showed Cap's new shields.
Are they like 2 shields on each arm? Like
Well, before
'cause
in
he was
the
running.
yeah, in the clip before when he's running, it looks like there's 2,
Mhm.
but it actually showed him like with T'Challa and
T'Challa.
T'Challa.
T'Challa,
But
dude.
They showed like one split second of pretty much everyone that's in the movie. It was like one little split second of them. Like Spider-Man was on that weird thing that was in the sky in the first trailer,
Mhm.
and he rips his mask off, and then they show Thor for like half a second. And he's like, and
No.
yeah, that's what it is. And then they show Thanos at the end, which he's much more like generated, more well done than before.
Because he wasn't.
He was before, but like everyone dogged on it before. I don't know. He just looked super good
It
for
looked
being
fucking
a
amazing
fully
from what I
CGI.
saw.
Yeah, but I don't know. But and then the Solo ad. And,
I saw that one. Let's spend a little time in the Solo movie ad.
Okay.
Interesting. Amelia Clark. Fucking love her. She's amazing, and everything I've seen her in. So more of her is just great. It's great. The scene with the Imperial Star Destroyer in the fucking vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
that was so cool.
Yeah.
I was like,
And the TIE fighters look.
you bringing it up, man. That's one of the best visuals I've ever seen for Star Wars. That's crazy.
Yeah, it
You're
looks.
talking about visual, like Star Wars is known for that.
Mhm.
That's insane. It looks so amazing. And then they have a new TIE fighter type. Don't know if you care, but it was a little new TIE
A little
fighter.
new.
And I was like,
But,
more new stuff in the past. That's how you do
that
it.
makes sense.
X-Men First Class and other things.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it looked better than I was expecting it to.
Well, I
look.
read a thing.
But Ron Howard, like, he's good at what he does.
Who's he? What was he? in
He's
the-
the director of the movie.
Oh, and I never knew that because there's like 80 directors of that movie, wasn't there? There's like a
Yeah, they
shit
went
ton-
through like 3, I think.
Which is, I mean, that's not that bad, but
Yeah. Most movies do, but it's whatever.
all right.
These days.
Whoa. Just kidding. I remember reading something that was like everyone involved in the production of that movie was expecting it to fail.
Yeah,
does
I
that
heard.
even mean?
I heard there was like someone.
They were like, the
Someone from-
acting is terrible.
Yeah, they didn't like the guy who is playing Han Solo.
Hindsight.
Hindsight.
Hind.
But
I don't wanna-
there was, yeah, I heard something that somebody was like, yeah, he's horrible at what he does. There's a bunch of takes and stuff, but like, at the same time, it's kind of just like, is that true? Like,
Why would
that's-
you have cast him in that role if he
Yeah.
was bad?
exactly.
Why
Like,
would
why
you
wouldn't you have
kept
got
He's the main thing. You
Uh,
could have just been like, all right, now never mind. Restarting the whole thing.
yeah,
We've got 18 new directors. Like, I don't understand. And there was a bunch of stuff. Like, they said the plot was terrible and all this was terrible and whatever. I don't understand.
I don't know. It's
I
Star
expected
Wars.
nothing from the Han Solo movie.
yeah, same.
Nothing. There
I was
nothing.
just more confused. Like, you're doing a Han Solo movie? Like, that's kind of weird to me.
I mean-
I thought it was weird.
Disney owns it. They're trying to make money.
Well, yeah,
That's
but,
the way to do it. They've already got Rogue One under the belt. They're gonna do another one.
Yeah, well, yeah, but my thing is, there's a lot of better characters that could have. One specifically that I'm thinking of that could have a movie that would be amazing.
I think they've like all but announced it.
They haven't announced the one that I'm thinking of.
Kenobi?
Yeah, they haven't announced that completely
I've just
yet.
read so many things that say they've announced it.
Well, yeah, that's because there was like a made-up logo,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone thought it was real. It wasn't. It was like a computer generate, like
For
some
like-
fan-made thing.
For like 8
but-
months now, I've read continuous things about it.
Yeah, and
being,
then I read
like,
a few
being
months ago-
announced.
I read a few months ago that it was like real, like, hey, they're doing it, and then I heard right after that that wasn't a real
The last
statement.
time I
So
saw
like
something
it's like
about it,
it's been back and forth, but I hope they do it.
yeah,
That'd be sweet.
that would be the biggest moneymaker for him.
Mm.
I could almost guarantee.
But and then other than that ad, there was Jurassic World was a big one, which
I could care less.
I know you don't care, but it looked alright. And then Mission Impossible,
Is
which
that like I haven't watched Mission Impossible since like the first one.
I think I watched the last one, and I think it was good. I want to say it was good. But this time they got Henry Cavill, who is Superman,
Mustache Man.
and is this the what?
What do you mean?
I thought it stopped recording. I was confused, but Henry Cavill, who's Superman, there's this really cool scene in the trailer where he's fighting. He's not directly fighting Tom Cruise
Mhm.
because he's supposed to be like the bad guy
Mm-hmm.
in the movie, and but they're fighting these two other dudes or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks sweet.
Dope.
More specifically, Henry Cavill looks sweet, but
Oh,
with his stash.
Stash Man.
But yeah. And then the only other ones that I can think of was the Cloverfield one, which
Did you see it?
I haven't watched it.
'Cause
No.
I haven't watched it either. But
Yeah.
I heard it because I watched Philip DeFranco, and he said it was bad.
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
movie.
I heard it wasn't good.
I was like, oh no.
Which I feel like a straight to Netflix, like we're gonna.
That could have been great.
Yeah, it could have been great.
I would expect great.
But
I would expect great. Definitely.
and I like the other two Cloverfield movies.
Yeah, the
I
first
like those.
Cloverfield was okay at least.
I mean,
good
J.J.
at
Abrams.
best. That doesn't mean it was great.
I know, but it's at least okay.
Yeah, visually it was good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a lot of good parts and good things. 10 Cloverfield Lane, which we saw in theaters together,
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal.
Yeah, that was
Fucking
really good. Yeah.
Front to back was great.
Mm-hmm.
And so I expected something good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still going to watch it eventually. It's called the Cloverfield Paradox, right?
Something like that, yeah. The Flashpoint Cloverfield paradox.
What?
Just kidding.
Okay, I was like, you're like, Barry Allen.
Yeah, it's starring Ezra Miller, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Ben
he's
Affleck.
reprising his role as Barry Allen. No. So that's disappointing. But I'm still going to watch it and, feel what I feel about it.
Yeah, same. Especially since I like the other two, so
Yeah.
there's that. But other than that, there wasn't any really other memorable ads. Other than the Peter Dinklage and Morgan Freeman, but that came out before.
Yeah. That one is phenomenal. That one's spectacular. Whoever
yeah.
was like, Let's Make This did a great job.
Yeah, that was
Because
fantastic.
That was a good
We
one.
were talking about like how much it cost too, because there was like 3 different. That's a long commercial, and to
Mhm.
buy that spot for the Super Bowl is like an insane amount of money, and then you have to pay.
Pepsi owns that
Yeah.
whole thing, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Oh, that's true. But then you pay. Then they have to pay like Peter Dinklage and
Oh, yeah,
Morgan
definitely.
Freeman and Busta Rhymes and Missy Elliott. Like, just like, fuck it, money.
They're like million, 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 million.
It's just like they're like, hey, people already love Doritos and
Yeah.
fucking Mountain Dew.
It's gonna sell
Like-
itself for the most part.
Yeah. So, last thing I want to talk about Super Bowl is halftime show. Did you watch it?
No. I haven't seen a damn thing.
It
I heard there was a lot of problems.
was kind of disappointing. Not gonna lie. First of all, he started with something from his new album, which isn't, from what I've heard, I don't like.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the song he did. It was like really weird.
Sexual?
No. Maybe. I don't know. It just was like
it was in a different
dubstep,
language.
dubstep pop, like
Electronic-y?
yeah,
sound?
like it went out of style in 2007. Shouldn't be here anymore, kind of deal. But
Ouch.
the entrance was cool. I think for the most part,
Did he
the
come down a ramp?
theatrics were cool.
Did he come down a ramp that took like 15 minutes? Was playing like a song and he was like, running, but it was taking like 15 minutes to get down. It was like,
Is he the Undertaker?
yeah, you got it.
But he was like, it started off and it looked like he was in like a club, and then he walked up and he was like underneath of the stage or something like that. The theatrics were cool, is what I will say. I didn't like most of the performance though. For the most part, he was just harmonizing with his tracks and dancing. It's not horrible, but
Mhm.
the-
We love JT. We
Yeah.
love Justin Bieber.
I love some.
Did you really-
Wait a second.
I was like, we love Justin
I
Bieber. And
love-
you're like, yeah.
I love
yeah.
Justin Timberlake, so I tried really hard to
Yeah.
like it.
We
but
we
I-
both love Justin Timberlake.
The coolest thing was he paid tribute to Prince because
They had a beef. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people didn't like that he paid tribute to him for a couple reasons, but one of the reasons was I guess they used to have beef. But that was, I don't know, before my time or before I
Well,
gave a
dude-
shit or what.
I'm a vegetarian.
Vegan.
But really? They had
I
beef?
guess
That's
I have
weird.
no idea. I haven't looked
I'll
into
have
it.
to-
That
yeah, I'll have
literally
to look
could be
into that.
completely wrong.
That's weird. But
The other reason is the same. It's like, should we do holograms / projections?
it was just a giant
performances.
projection.
Yeah, I guess they were gonna
Um,
do a hologram, like a
that's-
full on hologram.
That'd be intense.
Yeah, they were gonna do it,
Um,
but I think it was Prince's daughter, wife, person.
They were like, nah.
They were like, we're not doing that,
Yeah,
And-
that makes sense.
and I guess that was like the plan, like up until the end.
But that part was, I think, the best part.
What did he do? Like Purple Rain or something?
It was like a giant purple like screen, and then they projected Prince on it, and they got Justin Timberlake was talking about on Jimmy Fallon, which by the way was hilarious because I'm pretty sure he was drunk on Jimmy Fallon, but it was like they took recordings of a Prince song and then they put it on a thing that when he performed, and then at one point it like zooms out and it's all of Minneapolis, like the city that the Super Bowl was in, and the Prince logo like shines around the city. Like,
Whoa,
yeah, it was really cool. But
that's a lot of coordination there.
yeah, there was a lot going on.
Like
but
Team A. B,
but then
C,
after
D.
it seemed like that's where this is gonna end. But then right after that he did Mirror and Can't Stop the Feeling, which is like,
Mirror.
yeah, it's like I'm a mirror. Oh.
A
But-
mirror staring back at me.
Yeah. But
Oh.
like I felt like it should have ended at the Prince thing, but then it kept going.
Yeah,
It
that's
was just like a little
that's
weird.
A little weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'll have to watch it. I heard there was a bunch of technical difficulties,
It's
and it's
interesting.
interesting you didn't like his new songs. 'Cause,
I need
like,
to listen to the full album. I just haven't
Suit
liked
and
what I
Tie
heard.
one, and then I got the feeling. dance, dance, dance. You know, his newer stuff
yeah.
I have enjoyed.
Same.
Which I didn't think I would. I don't know. I just didn't think I would, but I had.
I liked his last album,
Mm-hmm.
which I didn't think I was going to.
All
but
the
I
ones I heard were good. So it's a little
From
surprising.
what I've heard from the new one, I don't like it. But
Interesting. Did you only hear the one
Whatever.
song, or was there multiple?
I've heard, I think two or three from the new one. But at the Super Bowl, I think he only did one from his new stuff.
What time are we at?
Hour and 5. But so I will just say my favorite Super Bowl halftime performance is Michael Jackson.
I was about to say.
Yeah, it's definitely the best in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people say there was one, I forget who was the main person, but they brought out like everyone.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, they brought out like everyone that was like super famous.
That's
Like,
the one I was just trying to think of. I don't remember what that was.
it was like they brought out like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears. Like it was pretty insane, but nothing beats MJ. Nothing beats MJ for me. So yeah. And I just rewatched that last night and I was like, this is just as amazing as I thought it was.
That's funny. Is that all we got to say about the Super Bowl?
That's all I have. I mean, I don't have any other specifics.
I didn't watch it just because I had shit to do. I couldn't, you know.
Oh, there was one thing. They would show like player stats, and when they showed it, it was like this weird computer-generated version of the players. Like it's super. It looked like it was from Madden. It was like super weird looking. But Tom Brady looked like he was like not Tom Brady from like 2005, not 2017. It was just weird.
Just like
looking.
a super young version.
Yeah, yeah. Like it looked like a super young version of Tom Brady, and I was like,
Like
that's a
an
little weird.
airbrushed
Yeah.
Tom Brady. All right. Well, we're at you said 105. 105. Signing off. No,
It's time for the outro.
it's time for the outro. So we're gonna talk about the channel while I move around on the couch a shit ton. Just where we see it going. We're gonna because we went over this obviously the first time, but we're gonna just articulate a little bit more.
First of all, a lot more people have viewed or listened to or whatever
Mhm.
to the podcast than I expected. I expected like maybe
Same.
our friends, not even all of our friends, because like
Mhm.
the same way with my music, not even all of our friends listen to it. So like I didn't even think
That's
our friend.
Thurl on SoundCloud.
But then like a lot of people that I know are like, hey, it was all right for a first episode. Here's what you could do. Here's what you
Mhm.
couldn't
A
do.
lot of constructive criticism,
Yeah.
which is always welcome in any capacity, as long as it's actually constructive and it's a good.
yeah. Then that's
good
all. That's
criticism.
all I've heard. Like,
That's great.
somebody told me that like we should do one topic a video, and I was like,
That's
wait a
insane.
second. I'm like, first of all, our name's attention deficit. We can't just
Mhm.
stay on one topic. And to talk about, and they were like, and make it a little shorter, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I
Like-
don't understand that. We were talking about there's one podcast. This guy was like, "Well, I listen to a podcast that's 4 hours long."
Yeah,
I was like,
I don't know
What?
how, but
"You got a lot of free time." But I'm fine with just over an hour. We'll do an hour,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we'll do the outro.
like a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And then we heard that we got kind of boring because
There's a
we're
lot of
talking-
downtime, a
Yeah,
lot of spots where we're talking, we're keeping it.
mhm.
Which is our first one. This is our second.
Mhm.
We still
our
learning.
second
and,
one, and the audio fucked up in the middle of it, but whatever.
and so did our lighting. Or the lighting department took a day off today.
It's a WIP, whatever. Work in progress.
Warner Brothers.
What?
No. Yeah, we got on YouTube. I looked before this. We have 110 views. Now, granted, we're probably like at least 15 of those,
Mm-hmm.
but that's like almost 100 views.
The thing is, like, we say that it's almost 100 views, and I know some people are gonna be like, "That's not even that much." Bro.
Oh, of course.
And it's like, to
Some people be
us
like,
it is, because
wow.
I expected like 20 people.
I expected
Like That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm 20's a little even high. I would expect it like 18.
Yeah.
That's how I put it. I was like 18.
And it doesn't even like if you search our podcast on
It does
YouTube, it
not
doesn't
come
come up. Like you have to give somebody a link to it. Like,
Brad I was talking to him yesterday and he's like what's it called? Yeah, okay, I'm looking it up right now. I'm like, no, just follow the link I gave you.
yeah.
And he was like, well, I'll find it. Never, not one. Nope. I don't think he's listened
You
to
could
it.
scroll down for hours and not
Yeah,
even find
'cause-
it. Like
After we posted it, I don't know what exactly it is, but I changed the date, like what time it was posted within the past 24 hours, the exact title, word, letter for letter, everything didn't come up. Search the channel, search the video, nothing.
so weird.
And apparently someone's found it somewhere because we didn't send the link 100 times.
Yeah.
So there are people watching it who aren't our friends,
Uh-huh.
which is interesting.
Maybe it could come up in a suggested somewhere, once people start doing the dark digging of YouTube that you go through. It could end up there somehow.
true.
I don't know.
But I'm not gonna complain specifically about the amount of success. I think that's fantastic. Obviously, I would prefer our first video get like 1 million freaking views.
Yeah,
but
dude. Like just
we're
like,
gonna get in
smash hit.
since Logan Paul. Since the Paul brothers are out of the business now, frees up a lot of
It
space.
frees up so much more space.
Yeah,
We
Logan
capitalize
Paul's
on
a
their 15 million people that subscribe to
I
them.
don't want any of those fucking subscribers.
Me neither. Fuck
Not
those
a
guys.
Goddamn subscriber for them. Anyways, so we got Attention Deficit on YouTube. That's our YouTube channel. We're going to be doing more than just the podcast. We're going to be doing movie reviews. We're going to be doing album reviews. We're going to be doing a book club. We're not doing a book club. That was a
Oh,
joke.
yeah, I was like, I
you're
fucking
like,
reading.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's new to me. No, we're gonna be doing movie reviews. We're gonna be doing album reviews probably whenever the fucking album we want to actually review comes out.
If one comes out.
If ever,
you know?
yeah. By the
Like-
time we stop doing this, it might never happen. But we're probably gonna diversify content more so than that.
Yeah.
I just don't know yet.
Like, I know within the next 2 weeks there will be Black Panther. A
Mhm.
Black Panther video.
We're gonna have a Black Panther review. Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Our fourth sponsor of the day. Black Panther, only in America.
Whoa.
Sorry.
He's African.
Is he?
Like,
Is he?
fully. Like,
you're like, yes. Yeah, he definitely is. No, yeah, we're definitely going to have one of those, and it's going to be fun. We're probably going to have it posted either the day after it comes out or a few days after, but it'll be up. It'll be short, sweet, and simple. And that's probably not going to be simple, but it's going to be good. Probably, if you like our opinion. Moving on. Yeah, so we have hopes and aspirations for this, obviously.
yeah.
So
Growing hope as well, since, a lot
it's
more
growing.
people. Oh, it's growing. We got the S on our chest and everything. Ugh.
What's up, guys?
All right, let's do another hour. Fuck it.
I could, but I don't want to.
I have work, so
Oh shit.
and I have to wash my nuts.
Bulk up.
Yeah.
You got to take that Leotine. No, I don't know what I was trying to do there. But yeah, this will probably go up Thursday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday's probably going to be the normal time we film
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, bro.
So it'll probably go up Thursday, hopefully.
Yep, that's probably what I'm gonna shoot for every week, is to get it out on Thursday, unless some weird shit happens with the video or
Should probably will.
with the audio or the lighting or anything that we're gonna keep in this video for no reason. But, whatever. It'll be cool.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this, enjoyed our last one, or just want to support us because you're our friends and or family, go ahead and share it as much as you can on Facebook, Twitter. We have a Twitter as well. What is our Twitter handle?
At AD Podcast 1? Or program?
Fuck, I don't remember.
I think it's program now.
You want to look at it?
Yeah.
I'll keep mine. But yeah, so we can YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook. It's all there. Just share the link as much as you can, if you want to, obviously.
All right. Our Twitter handle is @AD_program1.
So try to, if you're a friend and you listen this long, try to follow that and maybe get some other people to follow it if you can. We're going to try to do that too. Just to, grow. That's the only way we're going to grow is other people finding out. So
Yep. And if you think there's something that we could do that we aren't, or something that we're doing that we shouldn't,
any suggestions?
let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, go ahead and
Smash that like button.
hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and check out our channel. Go to the Twitter.
What's up, you beautiful bastards?
All right, that's plagiarism.
I know.
All right, guys. We are signing off. Have a night.
Have a night.
Preferably a good one. Good night, America.
Good night. Love y'all.